Hence, this is video number 4. Video 1, video 2, video 3 will be previous one. This is video number 4. In video number 4, we are going to see about comparison between version 4 and version 5 of Kerberos. Version 4 in terms of environmental drawbacks, encryption system dependence, internet protocol dependence, message format, ticket lifetimes, authentication forwarding, and inter-realm authentication. That is, the attacks, normally we have 4 attacks in Kerberos. First one is KDC attack, KDC security, availability, replay attacks, and password guessing attacks. Version 4. In version 4, we have technical deficiencies. First technical deficiency consists of double encryption, Bellowin and Marriott which been used. Second deficiency is the PCBC encryption. Third deficiency is authentication and replay detection. Fourth concept of password attacks. Fifth concept session keys. Sixth concept cryptographic checksum, and 7 is Kerberos. The technical deficiency is a version 4 consisting of double encryption, Bellowin and Marriott, PCBC encryption, authenticators and replay detection, password attacks, session keys, cryptographic checksum, and Kerberos. Next, we are going to see about limitation of Kerberos. Limitation of Kerberos. The limitation of Kerberos consists of every user should have a password. Every service has a password. The password are never sent across a network in a clear text or stored in a memory. Every user has a password and every service has a password. The password has been never sent across the network in a clear text or stored memory. User must identify himself once the beginning of the workstation sessions login session. The only entity that knows a password is authentication server. That is, every user consisting of password and every service consisting of password. The password is never sent to the network on a clear text or in stored memory. User must identify himself once the beginning of the workstation session, that is login session. The only entity that knows password is nothing but authentication server, and every user shares a private secret key with authentication server. The user X does not know the private key. If the user X does not know the private key of user Y, they are exhibit a term called key distribution. The key distribution, when X wants to communicate with Y, they need to use secret key between them. That is authentication server is responsible for distributing session key, conversation key between the X and Y, as everybody has to trust the authentication server. I repeat, every user has a password, every service has a password. The password is never sent across the network or stored in memory. The user must identify himself once the beginning of workstation session. User must identify himself once beginning of workstation session. The only entity that knows password is nothing but authentication server. Every user shares his private secret key. Every user shares his private secret key with authentication server. When a user X does not know the private key of the user Y, and user does not know the private key of user Y, they exhibit a term called key distribution, where X and Y, when X1 wants to communicate with Y, they need to share the common key between them. This shared common key is be used only by the call authentication server, because authentication server is responsible for distributing the session key between X and Y, such that everybody to trust authentication server. Next, there is dash concept Alice and Bob. Instead of client Alice sending password to the application Bob, it requests ticket from the authentication server. The ticket and encryption is sent to the application to Bob. However, how to request how to request a ticket using is sending ticket granting ticket. That is by using the term called ticket granting ticket. That is, that's a person called Alice and that's a person called Bob. In case if Alice want to send communication with Bob, means Alice is not able to have a direct communication. Instead, Alice should send a password to the application server. This application server will request it requests a ticket from the Alice will request a ticket from the application server. In return, the application server gives a ticket. Through this ticket only, Alice can able to conversion, or you are going to send application to the Bob. That is, this is done by the call ticket granting ticket. That's nothing but TGT. Hence, thank you for watching this video. Hope this video will be useful to you. Hence, video 1, video 2, video 3, video 4 consists of this. this ticketing services, that is Kerberos, and that how a Kerberos being used. Hence, thank you for watching this video. Thank you.